Hello, friends. Welcome to another insightful session where we will dive into information security principles and IT risk management. This is a crucial topic because risk management serves as the backbone of every organization's security strategy. Today, we will explore the relationship between risk management and information security, the risk-based considerations when deploying new technologies, and how to effectively manage legacy systems. We'll also discuss the importance of system ownership and responsibility, key information security concepts, the factors that affect risk likelihood, and how to assess risk impact. So, without any delay, let's get started. As we discussed in the introduction, risk management is the backbone of any organization's security strategy. Today, let's break it down in simple terms and understand why it is so important. Imagine you own a shop, and one day, a customer's credit card details get stolen from your system because of weak security. Now, your reputation is at risk, customers stop trusting you, and legal trouble follows. Scary, right? That's exactly why risk management exists, to keep enterprise technology protected, secure, and reliable. It helps organizations identify, assess, and mitigate risks before they turn into disasters. Let's take a real-world example. In 2023, MOV8, a widely used file transfer software, suffered a major cyber attack where hackers exploited a vulnerability to steal sensitive data from hundreds of companies, including banks and government agencies. Why did this happen? Because there was a security gap that wasn't detected in time. If proper risk management practices were in place, this breach could have been prevented or minimized. So, in today's digital age, ignoring risk management is like driving a car without brakes. Sooner or later, a crash is inevitable. Now that we understand what risk management is, in the next part, we'll discuss the role of risk practitioners and how they help organizations stay secure. Stay tuned. Now that we understand risk management, let's talk about the role of risk practitioners, the people who help organizations stay safe from threats. First things first, risk practitioners don't need to be hardcore cybersecurity experts, but they should have enough knowledge to evaluate new technologies and identify possible risks. Think of them like a doctor. You don't need to be a surgeon to diagnose a fever, but you should know when to suggest medicine and when to call a specialist. Their main job is to provide effective advice on security risks while keeping everything within acceptable risk boundaries. They ensure that businesses don't take unnecessary risks that could lead to cyber attacks, data breaches, or financial losses. For example, when companies started adopting AI-powered chatbots for customer service, risk practitioners had to step in and ask, is customer data being stored securely? Can this AI be tricked into revealing sensitive information? Their job is to find these risks before they become a problem. Now that we understand the role of risk practitioners, in the next part, we'll dive into risk-based considerations for new technology deployment. Now that we understand the role of risk practitioners, let's talk about something super important: risk-based considerations for new technology deployment. Every time a company introduces new technology, it's not just about installing software and moving on. There are key factors that must be considered to avoid security risks. Training. Just like you can't drive a car without learning how to use it, employees must be trained on how to use new technology safely. Without proper training, even the best security systems can fail. Policies and procedures, clear guidelines must be set. Imagine giving someone a high-speed bike with no traffic rules. They're bound to crash. Similarly, companies need strong policies to ensure new technology is used correctly. Backup and continuity plans. What if the new system crashes or gets hacked? There must be a backup plan to recover lost data and keep operations running smoothly. Without it, businesses could face massive downtime. Risk ownership and consent. Someone must take responsibility for security risks. If sensitive data is involved, its owners must be aware and approve how it's being handled. No one wants their information misused. Real-world example, 2023. In 2023, ChatGPT and AI tools became popular in workplaces. Many companies rushed to use AI for customer service and internal tasks, but without proper training or policies, employees unknowingly shared confidential data with AI tools, leading to security risks. Companies had to quickly introduce strict guidelines, training programs, and backup strategies to ensure AI tools were used safely. So, before adopting any new technology, risk-based considerations are a must. In the next part, we'll discuss managing legacy systems. Now that we've talked about new technology deployment, let's discuss something equally important: managing legacy systems. Legacy systems are old IT systems that organizations still use because replacing them is too expensive or too complicated. But here's the problem: they come with major challenges. Lack of security and outdated standards. These old systems were built for a different time, and many don't meet today's security standards. Hackers love outdated systems because they have weak defenses. Higher failure risks. Just like an old car that breaks down frequently, aging IT systems are more likely to crash, causing downtime and major disruptions. Costly to replace or upgrade. Organizations hesitate to replace them because the process is expensive and time-consuming. But keeping them also comes with risks. How to manage these risks? Since replacing them isn't always possible, businesses use smart risk management strategies. Compensating controls, adding extra security layers like firewalls, encryption, or access restrictions. Regular backups. Ensuring data is backed up so that even if the system fails, information isn't lost. Spare parts. Keeping spare hardware to quickly replace any failing components. Increased monitoring, continuously tracking system performance to detect and fix issues early. In 2023, a UK water company faced a major cyber attack because they were still using outdated IT systems. Hackers exploited old security flaws, disrupting operations and exposing customer data. The company had to quickly implement compensating controls, upgrade security, and create stronger backup plans to prevent further damage. So, while legacy systems may still work, ignoring their risks can lead to big trouble. Now that we've understood managing legacy systems, let's talk about something just as important: system ownership and responsibility. Many people think IT teams handle everything, but the real accountability lies with the system owners. Let's break it down. System owners, these are usually senior managers who approve the system, manage its budget, and ensure it aligns with business goals. Think of them like the owner of a car. They may not drive it daily, but they are responsible for its maintenance and insurance. Delegation of responsibility. While IT teams or external suppliers operate and manage the system, the final responsibility always stays with the system owners. If something goes wrong, they can't just say, "Not my problem." They must ensure proper security and functionality. Enterprise-wide consistency. Different departments use different systems, but they all must be secure, reliable, and follow the same standards. This is done through proper change control, system authorization, and security policies. Imagine a football team. Every player has a different role, but they all follow the same game plan to win. Why is this important? If system owners ignore their responsibility, big issues can arise. For example, in 2023, a major hospital in the US suffered a ransomware attack because system security was weak. The IT team managed daily operations, but senior management failed to approve security upgrades on time. As a result, patient data was locked and hospital services were disrupted. Had they taken system ownership seriously, the attack could have been prevented. So, whether it's a hospital, a bank, or a corporate office, system ownership is key to security. Up next, we'll discuss information security concepts. Stay tuned. Now that we've covered system ownership and responsibility, let's move ahead and talk about information security concepts, the foundation of protecting any organization from cyber risks. IT Risk Link. IT risk and information security go hand in hand. The main goal is to protect systems and sensitive data from hacks, breaches, and failures. Imagine your house, you lock your doors, install CCTV, and maybe even get a guard. Why? To reduce the risk of theft. Similarly, businesses secure their IT systems to prevent cyber threats. Risk justification. Security isn't about randomly adding firewalls and antivirus software. Every security measure should be justified based on actual risks. It's like wearing a helmet while riding a bike. You do it because of the risk of an accident, not just for fashion. Risk quantification. Some companies have a structured risk management process where they measure and calculate risks properly, while others just go with gut feeling. I think we're safe. But in today's world, guessing is dangerous. The best approach is to analyze risks properly and take action based on real data. So, information security isn't just about installing antivirus software. It's about understanding risks and acting accordingly. Up next, we'll discuss factors affecting likelihood of risk. Friends, let's dive deeper into what actually affects the likelihood of risk, basically, how and why security threats happen. Volatility. Risks are unpredictable, just like the stock market. Today, everything seems fine, and tomorrow, boom, a cyber attack happens. Companies must be ready for unexpected changes. Velocity. How fast does a threat hit? Some attacks are slow and build up over time, while others, like ransomware, strike instantly and leave no time to react. The faster the attack, the harder it is to stop. Proximity. Some risks cause immediate damage, while others take time to show their impact. A data leak today might not seem harmful, but if that information is sold on the dark web months later, the real trouble begins. Interdependency. One risk can trigger another, like dominoes falling. If one company in a supply chain gets hacked, it can affect all its partners too. Motivation and skill. Not all hackers are the same. Some are amateurs, while others are highly skilled cybercriminals with strong motivation. The more skilled and determined the attacker, the greater the risk. Visibility. If a system has a well-known weakness, hackers will actively target it. The more exposed a vulnerability is, the higher the chance of an attack. So, understanding these factors is crucial to reducing security risks. Up next, we'll discuss risk impact considerations. We've talked about how risks happen, but now let's discuss the risk impact considerations. What actually happens when things go wrong? Risk impact comes in two major forms. Loss or compromise of information. Imagine your personal data, like passwords or bank details, getting leaked. Scary, right? Now think about an entire company losing sensitive customer data. It can lead to financial loss, legal trouble, and loss of trust. Loss or compromise of an information system. What if the entire system crashes? Imagine an airline's booking system going down or a hospital's patient records becoming inaccessible. The impact isn't just financial. It can disrupt lives and even put people at risk. Friends, we've covered a lot today, from risk management basics to information security concepts, risk likelihood, and impact considerations. If there's one key takeaway from this discussion, it's this: cyber threats are real, evolving, and can strike anytime. But with the right risk management strategies, we can stay prepared and protected. At the end of the day, risk management is not just a process, it's a mindset. Organizations that prioritize security, stay updated with the latest threats, and build strong risk strategies will always be one step ahead of cybercriminals. With this, we wrap up our discussion. Stay aware, stay secure, and always be prepared. Thank you and stay tuned.